Okay, we're going to go through creating a Facebook ad, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to go to business.facebook.com, right? And we're going to go into whichever account we want to run these ads on. So if I go back, this is my business manager. There are three, basically businesses here. I'm going to go to digital real estate strategy since that is my demonstration account, and then I'm going to go to the ad account for digital real estate strategy, and it'll bring me this screen here. I have some campaigns in here, some demos that I've shown previously, and I would just click on create to start a campaign, right? So that's one way you get into the ad manager. And the other way is this resource document over here on my left. This is a document that I've come up with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm gonna click on the Facebook Ad Manager link over here. So I'm clicking that, I left click that, and it's a Google Doc. So it gives me the option to access that link. So I want to copy that link, and you can just click on it on your computer. And I'm just gonna paste that link, and it's gonna take me to the same window uh, by me clicking over here. So I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna create an ad, and it'll take me right into that page that you saw. So that's the quickest way to get into that account, right? So you can see here the it's the same page. So I'm going to close this business manager, and I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to start creating an ad. So as real estate agents, real estate investors, our first objective and our main priority is to create business, generate business. So the way we do that is we want to generate some leads. And over here, if you pay attention on the right, Facebook has their campaigns set up in a way where you can choose your objectives. So there are 11 objectives here. You got two, that's five, and this is six. Normally, the quickest way and the way that makes the most sense is to go after lead generation as soon as possible. Um, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to click lead generation. I'm going to continue. And here's where it takes us to this advanced ad manager. And I need to name my campaigns. So I'm going to name my campaigns. I'm going to target sellers. I like to target sellers. So sellers campaign, and I'm going to call it Montgomery. This is a county in Philadelphia that I plan on targeting soon. So I'm going to name it that. That's the name of my campaign. Uh, Always turn on special ad category. That's what I did. So go to housing, make sure housing is selected, and then we're going to go down campaign budget optimization. I like to turn that on, and I like to. This is my budget. I like $50 a day daily budget. That's what really works for me. So that's the seller campaign that I want to set up to uh, generate some leads. So I want to do next, and next it takes us to the ad set, and the ad set is like I like to say that it's one of the most important aspects of your ad campaign. So I want to name it the same thing. I'll just add the word ad set onto it. And the lead method I want to do is you can generate calls or you can do forms. I'm going to do forms. I have a form that I already created, so I'm going to stick to that form. I'm going to leave the page the same, dynamic creative. I'm going to leave that alone for now because it's more advanced, and I want it to start today. So I'm going to leave this unchecked. And then the audience, where you get here to the audience, this is important. So you can either create a custom audience or you can do a special ad audience. And what I'm going to do is you can include or you can exclude specific people. Let's see. So I have some existing audiences where I created this before, and I can exclude them, or I can include them. It's dependent upon what you need to do. I want to leave that alone for now. I'm going to modify this. So this is the locations, and with real estate, we're only allowed to target a 15-mile radius when we change the location, which is I don't need only the 15 miles. I want to target an entire county is what I want to target. So I've removed that location, and I come in here and I'm going to do people living in or recently in this location. I am going to then I'm going to add a location. So I'm going to do Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. That's the county that I want to target. I'm also okay with targeting. Um, I'm just going to do Montgomery County for now. That's 400,000 people, and that's perfectly fine with me. So I'm going to target that entire county, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. I am going to gender. You can't modify because it's discriminating. And this is where you add these demographics. This is going to be targets and interests that you want to target. And I have a list over here of real estate interests, and that's what I'm going to put in. I want to put in those real estate interests that I have over here. So in this document on the very left, here we go. I have some interests. So I'm going to take these interests. I want to copy these interests, and I'm going to paste them in. And it automatically added everything. So these are people that are potentially interested in real estate based off these specific interests over here on the left, right? Truly at Zillow. Let's add, I don't think I have realtor.com added on there. So I want to do homes. Um, let's see if we can add homes.com over here. Homes. Nope, can't add it over there. Let's do realtor. So I'm going to add realtor.com in there, right? And Trulia and Zillow. Trulia and Zillow is here already, so that's fine. So those are my detailed targeting interests, right? Let me go out really quickly. Let's say you didn't want to target an entire county like I am. You can target a specific location. So I can come in here and I can target. Let's target South Philadelphia, my old address. Okay, so you can see here it comes up and I can target that specific address, that specific neighborhood. So let's say you have a brokerage or a office and you just want to target around that specific area. It's going to give you a 15-mile radius as the option so you don't discriminate. So here you go, 2645 South Marshall Street is my old address. I'm targeting around that area as well as Montgomery County. And you can see over here, I have the potential to reach 940,000 people. So that's how you target interest. Oh, something else that often comes up is people like to target a pin drop, but that's basically what I did when I typed in that address. I pin dropped directly on that address. But if you want, you can come in and you can like actually drag a pin to a specific location. So if I zoom in a little bit and I kind of wanted to target, where's this area? Plum Tree Drive down here. I want to target around there. I could let's see. See, it's so small. Um, let's do Somerset Street, right? Let's say I wanted to target around uh, just one of these areas here. I can drop the pin. Oh, Philadelphia is targeting. It's doing a 15-mile radius, so I'm already in there. Let's go over here to Phoenixville, right? And let's zoom in on one of the streets, uh, Gay Street, right? So I want to target Gay Street. I press drop a pin, and I go in and click, and it adds a pin there for me automatically, right? So that's my pin. I'm going to remove that pin, but how do you delete that? So there you go. I'll delete that out. But that's how you pin drop and use a target. We came in here. We added these interests already. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit more. Usually, this is people leave this automatic placements checked and as recommended. This is up to you. But what works for me is I come in and I do manual placements. I select, I unselect everything except for Facebook. So let's do feeds. Let's uncheck and let's do Facebook news feed only. Right. I only want to do the Facebook news feed. When I retarget, I will target these other locations, but Facebook newsfeed is the most popular. Um, Everybody's familiar with that newsfeed, so I like to target that, and then I like to retarget with these other options. So I leave that selected. I'm going to come in, and that's pretty much it for our ad sets. Um, you can narrow this down if you want. Let's say you consider this too broad, you can come in and that's what I'm going to do. I think this is a little broad, so I'm going to hone in a little bit more. Montgomery County, No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that. So I'm going to do next. And then next, after we get out of the ad set, we need to go into the ad. I'm going to name the ad the same thing as I named the ad set, but I'm just going to call it ad. So I'm going to call it the Lee Jim Montgomery ad. Ad, right? Going to call it the ad. I'm going to come down, pretty much leave everything the same. I want a single image or a video. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this media, and I'm going to go find a image on my computer that is relevant, right? So I want to target um, sellers. So I'm going to say houses wanted. And I did have some, so let's do this. I'm going to come over here to this document that I have, and I have some templates over here for you. So it's better that I do it this way anyway. So I'm going to come in here and click on these templates, right? And I want to open up this link. It's a Canva link, and it's going to take us to the template that I have. So I'm going to use this template, and I'm over in Canva. Let me uh, maximize this for you just so you can see these images. And I'm targeting sellers, and I'm targeting sellers that, um, let's see, I'm targeting sellers that don't, I like to typically target people that don't want their houses. So I'll go after houses that aren't the prettiest, but let's go with one of these, right? I'm going to change my methods this year anyway, and let's download this page. And you can see here, pay attention in the upper left right here. This is page 10 of this template document that I've shared with you. Let's go down to page 10. Let's click on that and let's do done. Let's download that. So it's going to download that one image, and then so you can see down here that image is now downloaded. I'm going to take this back over, and then I'm going to close Canva for now, right? So, and get back to our document. So now that I have the image, I'm going to click that. I'm going to upload that image, and you can do the same thing with that image, and you change it as you need to change it. That template, you can change whatever you need to change. So you can change the images. You can add like in a phone number if you wanted to. Let me reopen up Canva just so you can see the template. Um, let's use this template. And I created a few documents in here. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know and I can add some more stuff in here. But here's another example. If you're a real estate agent and you're like trying to target people with prettier houses, you can do something like this, and you can come in, you can delete this and modify things as you need to. But you can see one thing I wanted to say is we have like a phone number template in here. So here we are, houses wanted. This phone number template, you can come in here and modify this as you need to modify it. So this is the template that I put together. You know, sometimes people struggle with creating images or coming up with things. So this is a template. You should come in here and modify, adjust it as you need to adjust it. So that document will be available in the description, right? So now that I have my image uploaded, I'm going to click that image. I'm going to click next since it's uploaded, and this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to press done. And over here in my ad manager, this is what the image is looking like so far. I'm going to have to add some copy and some text. I'm going to have to modify the call to action. You can see here over on the left, it says sign up. This is my form. I can modify this too. It's going to let me modify that. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to add in some description. So I'm going to go back over to our lovely document, and I need primary text. So I like to target people that don't want their house. So I'm going to use that ad copy. But we have more. If you see over on the left, we have different variations of ad copy. Let me open this up a little. Let me expand it. So you see this document, I have different sections, right? So for real estate agents, you know, you need seller copyright, you would just click on this and you would get that seller copyright. I have it corresponds. So over here, you have headlines, you have primary text, you have description. I have these options over here. So you just copy and paste something in here. You can modify it accordingly, right? So that's the real estate agents sellers. This is for generic, so just agents. If you're targeting sellers and buyers, and you just want to share generic information, I have this text add copy, this description over here. You can come in here, modify it, adjust it as you need to. But for the sake of my video, I like to target fix and flip and wholesale houses. So I want to click on that over here, and I'm going to find it over here. This is a so let's find the primary text. I'm going to copy this primary text. There's a few variations, but I like this one. So I'm going to paste that primary text in there, and it'll update live time to show you what my ad will start to look like. So this is what my ad is going to look like, and it works. You can modify it accordingly, but this is something that is already working. So I added in my primary text. Now I need to add in and one thing you can do is what's really cool is you can target and you can add different options in here. So I'm going to add another option, right? That's primary text A, right? I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy B. So let's say, you might some people might not like emoji and you don't want to use the emoji. You can target different people that will um, like different things. So that's me targeting people that might like emoji, right? And this is me targeting people that might not like emoji. And you can split test these different things in one setting. So we also got some copy down here in C. I'm going to copy this out from our document and I'm going to add another option. So I'm going to give 3 options and Facebook will show whichever it thinks is the best version to a customer or prospect, right? So I'm going to copy D. So we got four different variations, and I'll add more. That's a live document that you see over there on the left. I'll add more as time progresses. So those are my primary text. I put that primary text in there, right? Now we need headlines. So I'm going to go to our headlines. I'm going to click on that headlines and say I want to target homeowners. So I'm going to add that in there. And the same thing with the headlines. You can target specific. You can do different versions. I want to do so. That's one version. I'm going to add 4 in here too. This is another version. This is another version, and another version. So this is 4 different versions, and I can add 5. So let's add up to 5. So let's do one more. And I like emoji. Some people might not like emoji. If you don't like emoji, remove it. I find that it works. So now we need description. So a description is, I usually keep my description the same. I instruct them to a specific call to action. So my description here is click the learn more button and you'll see how easy it is. I'm going to add some emoji in here and I'm going to do the arrows. Click the learn more button and I want to point to the right. Okay. Let's just remove the arrow. Display link. So this is the link you want to display on your ad. You can display a link or you cannot. Like some people, they have seller and squeeze pages that they want to add in. For now, I'm not going to press anything. My call to action, remember, see up here is the script is relevant with my description. I'm going to add a learn more option here. So that's learn more. My question format. Remember, I selected a form. You can change this. It usually target people, wholesale and fix and flip type sellers, and I find forms to work well. I also do chat bots. So sometimes I might come in here and change that option. But this is it. Question format, instant form. You can create a form if you want to. Website events. I have my pixel installed already, and this is pretty much it. When you're finished, you would just come in here and you would press publish. So that's really quickly going through a Facebook ad from start to finish, going from a campaign to an ad set to an ad. That's how you set up your ads, and this is what works the most successfully. I'll post a link to this document in the description, and let me see. You should be able to run successful ads with just this short video. I do have a more detailed and a more thorough course that explains things but you might not need it. Also, if you visit digitalrealestatestrategies.com, I've got some blog articles and some different resources on there that can help you hone in on exactly what you want to do with running Facebook ads to target sellers, to target buyers, to target fix and flip deals, whatever it is that you need. One last thing over here on this document, this is a live document, so you can come in here and I have tools and resources that I find that I found that works the best for your business. So I have some CRMs in here. I have links to Facebook resources in here. I have websites in here for real estate agents. I have websites for real estate investors. Whatever it is that you need in your business, I'm going to try to add to this document. This will be a live document, and I'll try to constantly update it. As we walked through the template before, there were as we walk through this document, there were templates, so you can come in here and you don't have to do that work of creating this image. I do have in the course where we show you how to create your own image, but you can come in here and it's fairly easy. You go directly into Canva, you change out the images, you change out the pictures, and you update it to what you need it to be updated to. So again, this should get you off the ground and running as soon as possible. I'll update this document when I can, and I'm sharing everything that works in my business. So more detailed stuff that we didn't get into is like split testing, retargeting with ads, who to target, uploading lists. Those are more things that you can find in the course if you are more interested in those things. But just what we've shown here over here on the right and using the Facebook Ads Manager, you should be fine, and you should be able to get your real estate ads up and running uh, within the next 48 hours. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.